When you create a table here in OneNote 2016, having chosen the number of columns and rows you need, as you start adding content, you may realize, wait a minute, we're missing some rows or columns, or maybe we have too many. You'll need to know how to add and remove columns and rows. That's what we're going to do in this movie with our Landon Hotel notebook. Landon Hotel 0702. If you need to get caught up, we left off in our table here on the London page in the travel section. So we realize maybe we need to add dinner as well as some evening activities. So we need a couple more rows. And what if we're extending our stay to 3 days? Well, in that case, we need to know how to add some rows and columns. Let's stretch out the container for our table to create some extra space. And here's one way to add an additional row. After we've typed in afternoon here, hit your tab key, it moves you to the next cell. Hit tab again. When you arrive at the last cell in the table, that's the bottom right-hand corner, and press your tab key again, a new row is created for you. So now we can type in dinner if we want to add our dinner plans. Another option is to go to the layout tab on the ribbon that appears when you're inside a table like we are. It's context sensitive. Notice here with the layout tab selected under table tools, we have delete and insert groups. So under delete group, we have delete entire table, columns, and rows. In the insert group, we have insert both rows and columns. With the rows, it can be above or below your cursor. With columns, it can be to the left or right. Well, I think we need another row below our flashing cursor. So we'll insert below. Give it a click. There's our new row. So we didn't need to hit the tab key to get there. And we'll type in evening like so. And then we want that extra day. Well, because we've already labeled our days, day 1 and 2, it would be best to add the column to the end. Watch what happens though when we click anywhere in the third column, doesn't matter what cell, and go up to the insert group here to insert a column, not to the left, but to the right. Well, we get the extra column, but automatically it takes our 3 columns and makes them equal width. Actually, it tries to do it with all 4, but as you can see, we have content in the first column that's stretching out our first column to be a little bit wider than the others. So by doing that, we need to go back in and readjust our column widths. Now we can let the content do that for us, or we can go to the separator in between the columns and just drag them out a little bit with the double arrow. There we go. And I'll do the same for the third one. And of course, the third one, we need to add some content. Press enter. Type in day 3, like so. Now, once we create our table, even before we get our content fully inside the table, we may decide it's time to spice this thing up a little bit. There's a number of formatting options when working with tables. We'll talk about those next.